Okay, one of our young YBs just arrived. She needs a little introduction, but if I may be a bit cheeky, a lot of my Datuk and Tan Sri friends said, I will vote for Hannah because she's so pretty. So, so she got a lot of UMNO votes that way. YB Hannah, would you like to say a few words? But before you do, I remind you that you may not make a political speech.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am proud to be amongst you today. I'm not pretty.
Can you speak louder, please?
Okay, I am just very glad that there are still many Malaysians around who believe in doing the right thing and are still doing the right thing. And I believe you are one of them today. So I stand with you today in everything that we're believing for tonight. Okay, I urge you to continue to speak up and do the right thing. It's not easy to find many people nowadays who will stand to the very end with their conviction. But I think we have hope in Malaysia.
Yes.
With everything that we are seeing today, I think we have hope. And let's not forget to continue hoping. I am very young, and I know many of you here are very experienced. You definitely would make a better politician than us. But I ask that you will not just stand and watch, but contribute and continue to help us, help you also to create really a better nation for your children. So with that, I just want to say thank you, and I'm very glad to see the crowd here tonight. And we are all for peace. We are all for peace. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, this is Speaker's Corner, so feel free to come out and say your piece. Don't be shy. Next week we may not be allowed to do this, but we will press on. But please feel free. Otherwise, feel free to just mingle and talk to your friends, make new friends. But don't talk about the ISA, okay? You'll be breaking the rules. Harris, you want to say something before people mingle around and start talking about the ISA? Say again? Say again?
Okay, now even as we're here, we have guardian angels watching over us. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm not talking about the celestial sort. I spoke to someone in the Human Rights Subcommittee of the Bar Council. All right, and we have, even as we assemble here, an urgent arrest team. Lawyers on standby if anything happens. All right. Somebody just mentioned the other day, just now, that Haris, you put on your blog, if you get arrested, get to the police station, request your right to make that one phone call, and given that right, don't waste it. Make that choice wisely. Most of you will, even if I tell you to call this one number, you're still going to call your wife or your husband, all right? So you're not going to listen to me. But even as you call them, tell them they must arrange for help. It's important to tell them where you are, all right? In all that hurry to assure them that you're fine, you forget to tell them which police station you're being held at. Don't, all right? But again, like I said, as far as we can, for every vigil, I will continue to speak to the Human Rights Subcommittee to have an urgent arrest team on standby. All right. So if there is an arrest, now the other thing is this. This is something else that I'd mentioned. If, say, for instance, the police were to come in and order a dispersal, you will have to decide. I won't disperse. I won't disperse because I think it's an infringement on my right. But those of you who feel you want to disperse, disperse. Those who choose to remain, my suggestion is we adopt the least aggressive position. We sit down. We sit down. We also announce to the police that we will not resist arrest. So there is no need to use any force. In fact, all they need to do is tap us on the shoulder and say, you are under arrest. All right? Now, don't give them a reason to be aggressive. This is about civilized disobedience.
If you sit down, will you run into the risk of them using the baton on you?
Darling, I'd love to say no, but I can't. All right? They shouldn't. They shouldn't, because you've clearly taken a non-confrontational, non-violent, non-aggressive stance. It's important that we make that first overt gesture. And don't worry about whether they're going to react violently, because if they are intent on reacting violently, they are going to anyway. All right? Now, if, for instance, there is a line of police and it looks like they are going to move, like I said, I will urge everyone to sit down. I will then invite the most able-bodied men and women to join me in taking the front line. All right, and that is how we will do it henceforth. All right. Take comfort, as I said. Urgent arrest team is on standby. If anything happens, we hope not. We hope not. This is peaceful. There's no reason for any reaction from the police authorities, but we saw what happened last week. We hope it won't happen, because we are going to continue with these vigils, are we not? Yes! I thought so. All right? So take comfort in that. Take comfort in that lawyers will be on standby. Okay?
What will be their function?
The lawyers. Okay. You get taken to the Balai Police. This is what I would advise. If I was taken in, and I'm a lawyer, I will decline to answer any questions until my legal representation is there. You can. So the purpose of legal representation there would be to, first of all, ascertain why you have been arrested. In fact, you are yourself entitled to ask, why am I being arrested when you are arrested? To know the reasons. But the legal representation that comes on hand will undertake the same. Why has the person been arrested? If the investigating officer wants to take statements, they will insist that they will be on hand to be with you, to advise you whether the question can or ought to be answered. Of course, you could be advised and you choose to still answer. The lawyer has done his job. To also find out whether there's going to be a charge, to see whether they can negotiate for you police bail, even if you're going to be charged later. Like what happened last Sunday. Lawyers were on hand, and at the end of the day, all of those who were arrested were given police bail. I think they've been asked to come back again on the 24th, and we'll know then whether they are being charged. Right? So essentially, legal representation is there to make sure if you're going to make statements, you don't incriminate yourself, and to find out what's exactly going to happen. But they're not charged yet. They're not charged yet. So well, we don't know what they are. Obviously, it's a case of an illegal assembly. All right. I don't think so. I don't think so. They think so. Well, according to the law, you don't have to have grenades for it to become illegal. All right. They say a candle is illegal. All right. So it's 9:15. If we were at MCOP, we'd be looking to wrap up in about 10 minutes. So I'd suggest that in about 10 minutes, someone with a good voice come up and lead the Negara Khoo. And after that, we'll look forward to next Sunday again. Yeah? So 10 minutes, can we have a volunteer up here to lead Negara Khoo?
Harris, next week can we have a loud halo or microphone, because
We'll look into that. All right? We'll look into that. If we can use this space every Sunday, we will arrange for a proper PA system and snacks and drinks as well. Yeah, but just cooperate to keep the place clean. All right?